The BumbleKast is for entertainment purposes only. The host's comments and opinions, and those of their guests, are wholly their own and do not represent that of any other entity. Content is provided as is, with no guarantees of accuracy or timeliness.
Welcome to the BumbleKast. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Krause.
It's that time. We're here. It's July, and we're here.
Yeah.
It's hot out, Ian.
Yeah.
It's warm. I don't like it. Which
No,
is silly.
like everywhere right now it's kind of going, ew, hot. And it's like, yeah, well,
Yeah.
welcome to the future under climate change. Get used to it, because this is what we got for the rest of our lives.
I mean, that's just summer for you, to be fair. At least where I am. I mean, so where I am, it's always hot in summer.
Well,
It's always excessively blazingly hot. Excessively blazingly hot. And that's just because it's the freaking desert.
Well, complaining about the heat is something that's not new to anybody right now. What is new is the BumbleKast live stream. We're going to be doing that this coming Saturday, the 11th. Same time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, but we've had to move it up because Kyle has other obligations. So Don't miss out. BumbleKast Live is this Saturday, the 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard.
My only obligation should be this show, but here we are.
There's a lot of things that should be in life.
Yeah.
Should be answering these questions that come from our patrons over at patreon.com/BumbleKast, Ko-fi.com/BumbleKast, and our YouTube members. How do you like that segue?
I like it. Allison S. is first up. Oh no! Both Wind and Foreign have a cold. What are Joe Boone and Lissy gonna do?
Joe Boone is just going to wait it out because he's already seen this a couple times. He knows how it goes, and he's not going to waste the effort until it reaches the critical moment.
Uh-huh.
Lissy is going to worry because this is the first time she's ever seen them sick. She doesn't know what sick is. This is horrible. These are the people that she knows and loves, and they're not in a condition that she's used to. What's going on? Wind is going to push it because she's a Drogoon. They're gods. They don't get sick. She can tough it out. She can beat anything. And about 2 days, she's face down on the floor.
I was gonna say, do colds even exist in Drogoon, technically?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All sorts of horrible diseases, both moderate and horrific.
Good.
It's fun that way. Foreign, for his part, he says it's just a little cold. He can manage it just fine. It's Wind who's overtaxing herself. She's the problem, obviously. So he has to be on his toes to make sure she doesn't push too far. He's not pushing himself. She's the one who's doing the pushing. He's also face down on the floor within 2 days.
Uh-huh.
So now that they've thoroughly exhausted themselves and made sure that they're really sick, now Joe Boone steps in, makes sure that they're in bed, straps them down if he has to because he knows them. Lissy is brought in on the regimen of the chicken soup and the water, making sure they're, fed and hydrated and rested. Also, this is how you tighten the straps extra hard in case Foreign or Wind gets a little mouthy. And otherwise, you just leave them in quarantine, and then they'll be okay. Lissy has to wear a mask. Doesn't want her getting sick, too. And she asks why Jobin doesn't wear a mask, and that's when he says, because Druff don't get sick like you fleshy types.
Uh-huh.
There's a little bit of dust in my throat. That's all.
Uh-huh. Of course. Oh, Joe Boone. And then 2 days later, he's laid out on the floor, too.
Thankfully, in those 2 days, the other two are back on the mend, thanks to Joe Boone's efforts, so they can haul him into his bunk. And what do you do with a sick Droff? Chicken soup and water. It works for everything, doesn't it?
Yes. The chat asks, he doesn't know a guy with a cure?
Oh, sure, he knows, but that would be way out of their way. Plus, they'd have to pay for a doctor, and they could fight it off. He's seen this before.
Oh, okay.
Although, he knew a guy where that didn't work.
Uh-oh.
What happened to him? Well, there's a reason why he's with this crew now. Why are we asking these questions? We should be moving on to other questions, don't you think?
Yeah. All right, here's one from Andrew D. How would you propose an epic crossover of classic Mega Man and Star Fox? Note, I'm most familiar with Star Fox 64, but if another Star Fox game or version would fit better, feel free to do that instead.
Would another version fit better?
Are there other versions?
There's the Team Circa Assault. There's the Team Circa Command.
Yeah, I mean, I guess half the games are reboots anyway, but I mean, they're largely the same team.
Well, with Assault, Peppy had more or less retired and Crystal had taken on his role.
Right. That's true.
As the active wingman. And where he had experience to give insight, she had her psychic flashes, which I thought was a really clever way to keep the usual dynamic, but freshen it up a bit. And then in Command, you could have a whole bloody menagerie, a veritable arc flying through space shooting lasers. So that might be a little overloaded. And you know what? I'm so tired of 64's setting for various reasons right now. Let's just go with Assault. Not particularly fond of those uniforms, but whatever. And you know what? We have a girl on the team, so Roll has someone to talk to.
Gross.
Actually, that's sexist. Both her and Mega Man would be talking to Slippy nonstop. I mean, they'd be going over R-Wing schematics, and, you know, Fox is pointing to the radar saying, enemy forces inbound. You guys want to, like, shoot them? And they're like, wait. We got to understand how the engine works.
Yep.
What do you mean barrel rolling diffuses the laser energy? And that, what are the principles behind this? And Slippy's just so happy that these children are on his wavelength and they get to just nerd out and stuff. And why's that red alarm going off? Oh, right, the aberroids.
What's that noise? Yeah. I could see it all being. I could see it all being in like mostly Mega Man's world. Maybe it's not necessarily in space so much, but it's all like planet based over Mega Man's world. Like there's some kind of invasion or something going on. I don't know.
I'm sure the aberroids make a portal to Mega Earth, and Star Fox chases them there and figure they can wipe them out and try to quarantine it. And that way Wily's there to try to actually take samples of the aberroids to use for himself.
Right.
Because he can totally make this work. This alien technology, it won't blow up in his face at all.
Never would. Aperoid Wily, that'd be cool.
Yeah, not sure how he gets out of that one alive, but
he'll get better. He always
maybe
does.
That's he actually did figure out how to counteract the aperoid infection. He just never like finished the formula. So Light is the one who crosses the T, dots the I. Mm-hmm. He's like, wow, Dr. Wily really was on to something here. All I really need to do is resolve the formula. And they load that into the Mega Buster, which Mega Man is using while standing atop the R-Wing, and they're all shooting together, and they shoot encoded healing lasers into Aperoid Wily and save him, and the Aperoids are gone, and Team Star Fox flies away, and Wily is just so incredibly angry that Dr. Light is taking all this credit for inventing the cure when he did it. Actually, Wily, I submitted the paper under your name. I'm giving you full credit. You did most of the work. Curse you, Dr. Light! Always stealing my genius!
Mm-hmm.
No, it's under your name. Everyone's praising you. I'll get you one of these days, Dr. Light, and your little children too. All right, Albert, whatever you want to
say. I'm glad it's the Ruby Spears versions and the Mega Man 8 versions of them.
Albert, please, can we just talk this out? No, go away, you're not my buddy.
Sure.
Something's in there somewhere. I got 2 Mega Man-y.
You did. I don't know what's going on.
Got to put Peppy in Dr. Light's lab coat just for the sake of it at some point.
Yeah. Oh, well. Here's one from Ann Tails. It's been over a year since you stopped answering Blue Rat questions. I wanted to know, are you feeling less stressed? Does not having to deal with all that stuff make writing in general easier and more enjoyable? Also, shout out to Navi and Kyle for assistance on this question in the Discord server's Question Workshop channel. You're welcome.
It has been excellent for my mental health. More than I anticipated.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about something innocuous I've said being clipped and twisted into something outrageous over on the Nazi site is good. And it's been surprising how quickly the thick skin wore off, because something will come out and I'll see a couple of bad faith takes and it's like, wow, this is kind of upsetting. I've been through a whole lot worse. What am I complaining about? Shoot, it's not even directed at me. Wow. I put up with this for how long?
Yeah.
So it's ultimately, it's taken a load off my mind in a number of regards, which is good because there's been a lot of other stuff that has piled on to take its place. And I don't think I have the structural intensity yeah, sure, why not? We'll use that term to withstand that much load.
I think it's worked out okay. Here's one from Bladed Fox 14. Back when Wily gets arrested for the first time, he gets a visit from Amanda Waller. How do things go? Does Amanda Waller do something illegal for her own selfish interests?
Well, yeah, it's Amanda Waller. Come on.
That's all she does, isn't it?
Pretty much. She's going to recruit Wily into Task Force X, because I don't know if we actually call them by their usual name and not get demonetized.
Yeah.
The Unalive Squad just does not have the same ring to it. Because, he is a genius and he is a weapons expert. So clearly he's a resource to be utilized, but she's got that collar on to ensure that he keeps in line. And so she leads him to the weapons lab where they've, got their leftover Metallo and maybe a salvaged Superman android, maybe even Cyborg Superman if we want to get dark. And she comes back the next day to see progress, and he's turned that collar into a fully functioning autonomous robot master.
Oh boy.
What? I had to create bomb man. You think I could I made napalm man. You don't think I could turn a collar into a robot? Silly woman. Now sure, I have to work now. And she's like, oh, you're still working on this. Unlimited resources? No pesky superheroes or body robots looking over my shoulder? Yeah, I can work with this. Sure, busy.
Yes.
Except it's Wily. He's not going to answer to anyone, really. Like, he's able to figure out how to restore Metallo's sensory abilities, which everybody else said, no, it's impossible. It's a basic robot master 101. Is a cup of water hot or cold? Metallo's like, I love you. I will do anything for you now. Oh, good Metallo man. I'm not going by that. Yeah, you are. Yeah, okay, I guess I am.
Why does it have to be the German accent stereotype, Dr. Wily?
Albert Wily. Expect him to be something other than German? Nein.
I mean...
Show your accent.
I guess. I guess.
And ultimately, he converts a bunch of Cadmus tech into new robot masters and attacks from the inside out. Gonna take over the world, get stopped by the Justice League, team up with Mega Man. You know how the song and dance goes. But it would be fun watching the escalation towards the vile but inevitable betrayal.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well. Here's one from KB. With the Sony State of Play, Summer Games Fest, Xbox Game Showcase, and Nintendo Direct presentations all done and over with, are there any game announcements that you've found interesting? I'm particularly really looking forward to the new Spyro game.
Yeah, trying to remember.
I gotta be honest, so much has happened since then that I don't even remember what all was announced.
I know, right? Got a semi-self plug here. It's not any of those shows, but Evo just ran.
Yeah.
And Aether Studios announced the new downloadable character GUI with a trailer that I wrote. It's coming up, and they're doing a collaboration where Mina the Hollower will be the first guest character.
Sweet.
Carry on the proud tradition from Shovel Knight. So that's all neat.
Very nice.
I was wondering what they would show off because I was in the development Discord watching all the discussion. And it's like, well, do we have enough time to produce anything? It's like, oh, it's a teaser trailer. That's smart. That's a
good idea. Yeah.
There's the new Fire Emblem that's a coming. That might be neat. I'm cautious about it, but I'm not really a huge Fire Emblem stan anyway. So it take it or leave it. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
And the new Splatoon, that looks neat.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Unfortunately, exclusive to Switch 2, I think.
Yeah, and I'm still not in the position where I can invest in a console for a single game, but
Yep.
I heard that. I didn't actually watch the state of play. I saw all the comments on my timeline going, wow, so this is all jump scares, huh? And I'm like, huh, guess I'll avoid that one. I feel like there was one or two in Xbox. I'm like, oh, this actually looks a little interesting, and I can't remember any of it.
Oh, right. Okay. There was the new God of War game, God of War Laufey. That looked really cool. That was like, I want to play that. That looked pretty awesome, actually, with his wife, Faye, being the main character. People had to freak out about that. I'm like, dude, this looks freaking awesome. She's got a gelatinous cube companion even. That's pretty sweet.
I mean, what more do you need in life, really?
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see, what else? Oh, I didn't see this part. I didn't know there was a new Stuntman game coming out. I didn't even know they still had Stuntman as a thing they wanted to even bother with. I didn't even know that was a Sony thing specifically, but I guess it would have been Reflections, and Reflections would have been owned by Sony at the time they made the original Stuntman, so that's interesting. Neat.
It's sad, but it's honestly, I don't have a ton of time to do games.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, the trailers are neat, and I'm happy for everybody else's hype, but if it's not, like, of immediate concern to me, it just kind of falls out of my head. I am very much zeroed in on immediate needs only.
Yeah. Yeah, Splatoon Raiders might be the most interesting thing upcoming on the Nintendo side, at least. So, yeah. I didn't think there was a whole heck of a lot to get excited about, but there was some interesting stuff in there, I suppose. We'll see if it comes to a platform I actually own. Most of it will, it seems like. But all right, Comic the Hedgehog asks, it seems like every franchise these days has its own cookbook. Sonic, Powerpuff Girls, Animal Crossing, even Pac-Man and Jurassic World have cookbooks now. But what franchise does not have a cookbook that should? What recipes would be in it? Personally, I want a Kirby cookbook.
I believe you've already provided the correct answer.
I mean, that's the most logical one, almost, you'd think. I mean, yeah, like there are very few franchises, I guess, that don't have cookbook. I'm surprised Kirby doesn't have one. Unless
is there a Castlevania one yet?
I don't know.
Because we need to know how to make that roast chicken.
Yeah, you gotta know how to get how they get it in the wall. Well, there's unofficial ones. Yeah, it's unofficial Castlevania cookbooks. That's all I can find.
I want to know what the official vintage is that Dracula throws down to the floor.
Yeah.
Unless it's, positive. But I'm assuming it was wine. I mean, vampires need blood to live, so why do you just throw it away? If it's wine, then yeah, sure, no.
Well,
that's fine.
For drama, obviously. It's very dramatic, you know.
For a vampire to throw away a whole goblet of blood, that's almost like throwing away your EpiPen and looking to the beehive saying, come at me.
Well, he kind of did.
You know what? Fair.
That's kind of what happened. Effectively, the beehive came to him.
Simon Beaumont.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or wait, was it Richter? We're getting off.
Richter, Trevor. No, I forget which one it was. One of them. Oh, well. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm trying to think of what other games revolve around food that don't have one, but I would
imagine Cooking Mama is a bit of a cheat because it's about cooking food in general. It's not like she has signature dishes, I don't think.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what the rights and stuff are in that one. Oh, well. Plenty of them have cookbooks, but hey, if anyone has any ideas, throw them down in the comments below.
I am going to go out on a limb here and say a novelty Halo series cookbook where the front half is all...
I got some bad news, Ian.
Oh, it already happened?
The official Halo cookbook already exists.
All right, well, is it just like UNSC Earth food, or does it have Covenant dishes? Because I was going to say, you flip the book over, and the other half, on the flip side, is Covenant stuff.
Good question. I don't actually know. That'd be interesting, though. I think it seems to be mostly human food, as far as I can tell.
Boring.
Yeah.
No. That's the whole point. The chief grabs anything on hand to win.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right. In that case, a Metal Gear Solid cookbook.
That probably exists too, but we'll see. Now I'm curious.
You have to make them all just find out.
Nothing's coming up immediately, so maybe not.
Metal Gear Kitchen.
Delicious.
Between man and cuisine.
Delicious.
Otacon, what is a whisk?
It would work.
God, every entry is just like a codec call from a different character.
That would be funny. Someone hire this man. He'll write it. He won't write the recipes, though. Someone else will have to do that.
Yeah.
I
have no idea how to cook a proper tree frog.
Well, you know what they say. I don't know what they say. Something about a snack eater. Here's a question from Double L, except it's not a question. It's the longest text adventure of our lives. And it continues. To recap, me and Ian share a lizard body. We're in a soon-to-be rubble train station. We have one set of moss, some sick pogs, and one delicious mouse in our inventory. Our previous actions were for both of us to hit the bricks. Taking Deli's advice, you make for the door that led you into the station in the first place. You move past the creatures, down the moss-covered hall, back through the fake danger door, and into the sewer before you hear an explosion and are launched forward from the shockwave, landing with a splash on the ground of the sewer. You're stunned for a good moment, but it appears the sewer itself was far enough away to not collapse atop you. Deli somehow remains on your shoulder.
Good job, boss, but we're not out of the woods yet. Dr. Kuzamao is going to be looking for you to bring you home. He's tracking an implant you got in your ear. I can take it out, but you'll be back to need me to translate any of the morons you meet. You let me take the transmitter out, we go to where you dash the kids and can get out of this Bahamut forsaken place. Sound good?
The low-level desire to simply eat the mouse is ever present.
Granted, but he's a mouse. That's like eating one cookie or one potato chip. Yeah. All that's going to make you want to do is eat more.
Yeah, that's not really worth it.
I personally find it way easier to just abstain than try to regulate, which is probably where I am in life, but why I'm where that's probably why you know what? Words are, you know what I'm getting at.
Sure.
Moderation is part of my lifestyle. Anyway, minor red flag, not a red flag, yellow flag here.
Yeah.
Not that we have any overt reason to distrust Deli, but it's awful convenient that he shows up with the attack squad and is telling us about this transmitter and is now saying that we would be limiting our ability to navigate the world strictly through him. There's a lot of convenience and power being put into his little mousy hands that we're just surrendering in this case.
There may be a reason why Double L is kind of hinting at us that we can eat this mouse.
The other thing is, though, it could be that he's just darn resourceful, you know?
Maybe.
Like that we are a lizard man. Lizard men eat mice, or at least the lizard parts do. Maybe some men do. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't judge. Point is, that I feel is kind of inherent to our bestial nature.
Yeah.
That I'm not reading too much into. And again, Deli hasn't done anything overtly against us
that we've seen.
But we also really don't have a lot of options right now. So we do have the information, and this I might take on faith, that the tracker is legit. Because how else would Deli know to find us? The commandos attacking the mutants, that's one thing. That could be outside of our sphere of influence. It was independent of our actions.
Right.
Deli being there, if he has been navigating the facility, it would be reasonable for him to know about the tracker and where we are. This is why I don't want to immediately say he's sus, because there's an explanation to be had.
Can we just ask him?
Well, there was also an explosion nearby. I think that's going to draw a lot of attention and make things complicated.
Sure.
So I would say at this juncture, keep the tracker as a insurance that we at least know that we've got to keep moving and that we could be ambushed.
Right.
Better to know that there's an option than a maybe. and just book it back down the sewer away from the city like we were doing before.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So, but not get rid of the tracker yet, at least, right? We're keeping it for now.
Yeah. Leave it for now, because on top of that, if it's embedded in our skull somewhere, the last thing we need is some kind of internal brain hemorrhage.
Yeah, we don't need Deli digging around in there and causing some unintentional damage.
Right. Yeah. We may have the lizard man brain. We need all of it there to function as much as possible.
Yeah. Between the two of us, we might make up one functional brain. Almost. Almost.
One functional lizard brain.
Right, yes. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. All right, here's one from Dove. All right, new end team. Here goes your first adventure. GLaDOS sent her best henchmen, Plague Knight and Roaring Knight, to the world of Genshin Impact to retrieve the gotcha mechanic and have them build her a fleet of warships. Gather your team and Dave the day, heroes. How does the mission go? I think they meant to say save the day, but Dave the day was funnier, so I left it in.
I enjoy Dave the day.
Dave the day, my favorite Sonic character.
So the episode is the inciting incident.
Right.
GLaDOS' plan.
Yeah.
Cut back to the end team. Everybody's scrambling around, and I'm still like in my pajamas and robe watching everybody hustle. We just heard that they're doing this attack on the Genshin world. We have to move. I'm like, yeah, okay.
All right.
And we cut to them invading the Genshin world and doing their thing. We cut back to the end team ready to head out. Ian, why are you not geared up and ready to go? I'm like, oh, we don't need to go on this mission. And you guys are all like, what are you talking about? We have to save this. She's going to have a fleet.
I think I see where this is going.
Machine. Guys, it's gotcha. We're fine. And then the rest of the episode is GLaDOS trying to roll for a nice fleet. And all of it is like 3-star junk material.
Yeah.
By the end of it, she has like a single nice capital ship that she can kind of upgrade, but she spent all her money on the gotcha. She has nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, but she's got her pity built up. Maybe if she rolls it, keeps rolling it, eventually it'll give her a whole fleet. Spit out a whole fleet at her.
But she has no funds to run it. She can't afford a staff. She can't afford supplies. It's just kind of sitting there in dry dock. And she's mad about it.
It was GLaDOS the whale, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Oh man, gotcha mechanic strikes again. It's pretty good. Although I think Captain N, like off-brand versions of certain Genshin characters would be very funny.
Oh my god.
Like, oh no, who's this? Oh boy.
They all have one singular defining gimmick. How did you get it that wrong?
Yeah.
You were saying my Varka impression is Zap Brannigan.
Yeah.
It would be just Zap Brannigan.
I think you're, yeah, it would just be Zap Brannigan. Yep. It would just be your impression of him. Yep.
Hey there, GLaDOS. You know what they say about a man with 2 claymores, don't you? They say he's got his hands full. Wait.
Would Mika be any different?
He would be basically my impression of Mika.
Yeah, that's true. Because your impression of Mika is a very amped up version of him. That's not quite how he is. Yeah. Oh boy.
He spits through so much through his retainer that he shorts out GLaDOS.
Oh. Why you gotta be so mean to him? Didn't do anything wrong. Just sounds funny. Oh well. Dusty Tail Studio asks, "Hello, BumbleKast. I have a fun question for you. We'll be the judge of that. What's your favorite D&D class or subclass? Mine is Beastmaster Ranger."
I'm not familiar with the D&D classes. To be honest,
that's a pretty good one. I haven't actually played a Ranger though, so I don't know what flavor of Ranger I would enjoy, but I do know that I enjoy a Rogue very much. Rogues are super fun. Monks are also super cool.
I'm scrolling through a list here and it's like, these are words. I have no context for these. I don't know. Beastmaster, just by nature of the word, sounds fun. Command various critters.
It's like it's like having you're a ranger with an animal companion, basically. So
I'm a Pokemon master.
In essence, yes, but I think you only have one.
That's fine. Grizzly bear, go.
Yeah, pretty much.
Use being a grizzly bear. It's super effective.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Pretty cool. Get to be a person, to be a guy with a gun and a dog. Like, what's wrong with that? What about a bard, though? I think you'd have fun with that.
Yeah, me lapsing into wordplay and song for the benefit of others.
No, not you. Not you.
I would actually stress over the ins and outs of how Bard is actually functional within the game, because I would absolutely want to min-max the Bard. I would want to be able to strum a few chords on my lute and cause the Elder Dire Dragon of Necromantic Doom to just like fall apart.
Well,
that's fun.
Well, I mean, you level up high enough, and that's kind of that's kind of what a Bard is. That's kind of what they do.
Can a Bard also be a Beastmaster?
I mean, you could probably figure something out. It's
if the song doesn't work, the grizzly bear will.
Multi-class? I don't know. There's some ways to do it.
I start singing the bare necessities as my good old grizzly just mauls goblins.
Yeah, music soothes the savage beast, as it were. Yes, that makes sense. I can see it.
Just got the bare necessities and his goblins to smithereens.
Yes. That's what a bard is, man. That's what a bard is.
Don't listen to their screaming or their cries. Just need those bare necessities.
Yeah, I'm a simple man. I like a good rogue. Monks are fun. I played a fighter for a little bit. They're okay. They're kind of like, oh, it wasn't even a fighter, was it? Was it a paladin? I don't know. I didn't play him for very long. We kind of ended up falling apart not too long into that one, unfortunately. I wanted to play an artificer for one, but unfortunately that one never got off the ground. But building devices and inventing things, that's a pretty cool idea. I would think I would enjoy playing that, but we never actually got that far, sadly. So I still haven't played it. Oh, well.
I remember somebody talking about, I don't know if they were joking about it, whether legitimate or not, but a orc rogue gimmick build where their intimidation is just so high. They say, "You no see me," and every guard is like, "Nope, I see nothing. Is that the wind?"
I don't think it would be a joke. I think it would work. I think it would work. I don't know. It's apparently that's been around for a while, but I don't know if it would actually work. I don't know. DMs in the audience, let us know. Curious. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break and come back with more on the BumbleKast.
We're the bee and the berry. I'm the bee.
Strawbz. No, I'm the bee.
Oh, my bad. We can cut that, right?
No, we can cut that.
Okay.
We're the bee and the berry.
I'm the bee.
And I'm Strawberry.
And The Bee and the Berry is an irregularly scheduled podcast where we talk all things Sonic, writing fan fiction, and fan creation.
We snoop around at fan events, review the latest and hottest Sonic content, and host interviews with our fellow Sonic fan creators.
You know, just girly things.
And hey, if you want, you can totally send us any discussion topics or questions you'd like us to talk about, and we might answer them.
Or we might not.
But hey, you never know. You can find us on Twitter, Blue Sky, Tumblr, and YouTube at The Bee the Berry.
Okay, we're running out of time here. Gotta grow fast.
Ciao!
We're back with a question from Gabriel WD. The TARDIS makes a random jump, and the Doctor now finds himself in the Mushroom Kingdom during one of their famous board game parties. How does it go?
Oh, it's a wonderful time. The Doctor finally gets to have a fun adventure.
The thing is which famous board game party is this? Is this the one where they're all in the same car?
You know what? I don't think it matters. I think it's the Doctor gets thrown into this weird and wonderful world that has brief high stakes action, but none of it's actually lethal. Like the first time he falls into the lava, but pops back just fine. He's like, oh. And he just has the best time making new friends and going around the board and just enjoying the games and conflict without any meaningful consequence until the star tallies come in. He was racking it up. He had like 25. And then the tabulations come in. And he loses completely, utterly. And he doesn't say a word. He just gets back in the TARDIS and he's gone.
See, I'm laughing because Noni said it's Fortune Street. It's not Mario Party. I'm like, oh no. Like, it would be very confused because that's a weirdly complex and silly game. Like, I don't know.
There's a Mario version of Fortune Street?
Yeah. It's Mario and Dragon Quest characters, weirdly enough. It's the only Fortune Street that's gotten an American release, I think. It's on Wii. Huh. I actually own it. It's like the one time that a Fortune Street game has ever gotten a Western translation, I think. It's a very weirdly complicated game.
I honestly wonder if you can hear the confused look on my face, because my brow is scrunched. Quite aggressive.
I still don't even understand the rules of Fortune Street necessarily. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've even tried it. I've been like, it's weird. It has like actual like finance mechanics and stuff. It's like, oh, what is this crap? It's way too complicated for a board game. Very silly. Very silly. I'm also being asked which doctor, because certain ones would rig the game really, really badly in their favor.
See, I'm not familiar enough with the doctors to say, but let's say that the more wily of the doctors, in that scenario, no matter what they try, Luigi wins by doing nothing, and it drives them up the wall.
Yeah, I feel like the fourth Doctor would be one of the better ones just because he's very nearly a Mario character on his own. He's pretty silly. I could see that working. Oh, I don't know too much about Doctor Who, but I know a little bit about the fourth Doctor, and he's a goofy character. He could work out. Here's one from Hero Squad. What movie you consider so bad it hits just right?
Von Helsing. Starring Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah.
Every time I watch it gets worse, but I still love it. It knows exactly what it is. It is not ashamed for what it is, and you know what? Darn it, I like it for that.
Yeah. I still have never seen it, but it looked hilariously bad.
Kyle. We must remember the next time you're here.
It looked amazing.
I won't make Lisa through it again. I don't know what Jennifer's tolerance for it is, but oh yeah.
Well,
we gotta watch it.
Jen sits there and watches Mystery Science Theater with me, so it's fine.
Yeah, but Mystery Science Theater, you make fun of it. This is, I mean, you have to watch it for realsies.
I know. It's like my love of the Super Mario Brothers movie, the original one, the proper one. Thank you very much. I know we've gone through this before, but I don't think it's a bad movie on its own. It's just a bad Mario movie. Well, yeah, it is a bad movie. It's not good, but it's very entertaining.
It's been a very long time since I saw it. I didn't want to throw it under the bus.
It's not good. It's very entertaining. It's very, very entertaining. And man, the cast is like, what the hell is this cast? This is an amazing cast. And they're all squandered. But it does have Dennis Hopper chewing the scenery. Absolutely munching on it. As
so
he should.
Mad at that movie, and he takes it out on every scene, and it's fantastic.
As he should. Yeah, I still love the Super Mario Brothers movie. Geez, what else is there? Oh, man. Like, all I can really think of is the Mystery Science Theater ones, but that might just be because of the riffing, them making fun of it more than the movies themselves. Although, I don't know, there's the movie they did, Werewolf, that's, like, it's terrible, but it's also kind of like, well, at least they were trying. They tried. Like you can kind of see where they were kind of trying. I don't know. There's some weird movies like that. Oh, well. Here's one from Johnny Gyro. From days of long ago and uncharted regions of the internet comes Voltron, Defender of the Universe. What are you guys' thoughts on the Voltron series, and why hasn't it gotten a crossover with Transformers yet? Good question. I don't
Those are
know.
both very solid. Okay, for the first one, I was never super big into Voltron just because I didn't have access to it. I didn't know when it was on. It just wasn't within my sphere. I remember I had these like little rubber toy vehicles that assembled into a Voltron, and I was very confused because it's supposed to be lions. Why were there vehicles? Only to find out later that there are different versions of Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed the Netflix series for the most part. I remember it fondly. I also remember having a fair number of critiques, but so it goes. I don't have any like strong opinions about the series overall. I think that just something inherently about a group of people brought together to pilot giant robots to assemble into a larger robot is genius.
It's pretty cool. I don't know why it hasn't crossed over with Transformers yet. You'd think that'd be kind of a shoo-in, but you know.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I'm not familiar with all the iterations of Voltron, but the lions and vehicles and stuff, those usually aren't personified.
Right.
Whereas the vehicles are the people in Transformers.
Right.
So you would have the people cast who are kind of superfluous to the robot cast because the Autobots can pilot themselves just fine. It's what they do for a living. It is their living. Also, we have various forms of combining Decepticons and Autobots. Voltron isn't that special in comparison.
No, but
big sequence of the lions coming together, and there's Voltron, and Optimus is like, oh, that was the impressive thing you were talking about. Okay. No, it's very nice. It's very nice. You tried your hardest, I'm sure. And you know what? You're gonna do your best out there. How about you just stay to the back line with Bumblebee? All right, we don't want you getting hurt.
That'd be funny. Mean, but funny. Oh, well, I don't know. I know very little about Voltron, honestly. I honestly have not seen much of it at all. I'm probably a terrible person for that. No, it's just I haven't gotten around to it. Maybe someday.
Here you go. As I piece together things, alternate universe take on both franchises. Voltron is this mythic figure within Autobot lore. And the story is finding the champions within the Autobots and maybe even Decepticons that can come together to form the champion deity-like figure that is Voltron. And the humans are needed for reasons tied to prophecy or whatever.
You need squishy bits to go inside the robot bits.
Yeah.
For reasons.
Yeah. Like only they can handle the cosmic crystal activator or something.
Who knows?
And that you have some greater unifying threat that forces Autobots and Decepticons to have to come together, but you've got, Megatron scheming off to the side and wanting to take control of this power for himself.
Something
Get
like
to
that.
later seasons and say if you can mix and match Autobots if you just have the right power source. Make more toys.
Make more toys. Exactly.
The idea is not quite there, but I think there might be something foundational.
Yeah.
Hasbro, give me a call. We'll make it work. Kill another studio.
Yeah, ruin someone else's career for working on Voltron. So weird. It's like a Voltron curse or something, apparently. Strange. Moolah Man asks, final question regarding the Koopalings. It doesn't have to be. You can send more in if you want. Cartoon names or game names? P.S. If you must know, I prefer the cartoon names.
I honestly don't remember the cartoon names.
This is a tough one.
I do remember I was talking with a friend of the show, LB Night Train over at Nightworks a while back, and he was, laughing about the different names, and I'm like, there were different names? And he just kind of gave me this look.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sorry, dude, I'm not into Mario like you are.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what all their cartoon names were, because some of them are different. Yeah, all of them are different, actually. I just don't remember. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you. There we go. Nah, I think I gotta go with the game names, honestly. Like, Hip and Hop is kind of clever. I kind of like that, but let's see. Kooky Koopa. Is that Ludwig? Yeah, that's Ludwig. Okay. Nah, I think I gotta go with the game names. I've gotten more used to the game names. The cartoon names are funny and a little goofy, but I've gotten used to the game names, so I'm more like, I don't know. That's my preference, at least.
Okay, it took me a second, but I'm finding the list myself, and sorry, I have to go with the game names.
Yeah, I've gotten used to the game names and I forgot. I was thinking that Ludwig's name was Ludwig in the cartoons, but it's Kooky. Like, nah, not quite.
I'm sorry, just by default, if you toss out Ludwig, we've lost. We have no common ground. Ludwig is too good of a name to throw away.
Yeah. I mean, Ludwig's my personal favorite of the bunch anyway. He's my favorite Koopaling. He's cool. Anyway, here's one from Professor Scruffy Matt. Strong Bad's Isekai adventures continue? Have we done a Strong Bad Isekai before? Well, whatever. We're doing one now. Strong Bad ends up in Wario Land. What happened?
Yeah, man, what happened to Wario? Complete sellout. Starts doing all those weird games where you're picking your nose or running under umbrellas or some stupid crap. What happened to the proper Wario where you eat like all the garlic and shoulder checking the dudes?
So is this what he's asking Wario himself? What happened to you, man?
You have my respect, man. Look at that body. Not like this sculpted body of my own, but not everyone can be perfect like the Strong Bad.
Yes.
Strong Bad's going to take over Wario Land, annex it into Strong Badia. Because if Wario's sold out and gone corporate, then darn it, somebody needs to have all those riches and lands and territories and garlic carpets and whatnot.
So is this Wario Land, what is it, 5, 6? The story of that one is that Strong Bad has taken over Wario Land and Wario has to get it back.
Shall rule over it with an iron fist that is clad in a plush boxing glove.
Yes. It could work. I'm being told it might be the 8th Wario Land game. I don't know how many there are. There's a lot of Wario Land here. Does Wario World count as a Wario Land game? I don't even know at this point.
Hey, I would think it's a spiritual entry.
It might be part of it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, there's VB Wario Land, which is Virtual Boy, Wario Land Shake It, Master Disguise. Okay, yeah. I don't know. I think it'd be funny.
And how does the Isekai adventure continue? Well, we know Wario is a pushover. He is a viciously greedy and territorial individual. If he's the protagonist of the game, then he's going to win, and Strong Bad is going to get a rather rude awakening.
And be defeated soundly to the end of his existence in that universe anyway. On to the next one. We got one from Scurvy Pyrodog. Have you ever considered getting Dragoon or maybe another original concept or IP of yours published? From what I've gathered, when you have something original to show, it's easier to get hired by comic book companies as a writer.
Scruffy, I'm going to blow your mind. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
I have published these things, and I have been hired as a comic book writer.
What? No.
Yeah.
No.
As a matter of fact, if you head over to drogoon.com/read, you will find links to the physical and digital versions of Drogoon Fortune's Lap Volume 1. But that's not all. Head over to BumbleKast.com, look under projects, and find the 9 Lives of Claus McGee, and you'll find the 2 digital issues for purchase and download.
Well, I'm positively shocked, Ian Flynn. I didn't know this at all.
But that's what the BumbleKast is for, to provide answers, and sometimes with good information.
I think what Scurvy is referring to is having it get published by a larger publisher rather than self-publishing it.
Oh, you mean actually acknowledged and seen by people.
Sure. Oof.
Yes, but at this point, I wouldn't know how to proceed. And I've gotten into what I know to move on with book 2. I wouldn't want to derail that at this point. So maybe if things settle down on my end and I have the time and the wherewithal to look into it, maybe, but not right this second. Now, if there's any editor or publisher listening right now going, we've been waiting for you to email us about Dragoon, well, email me first, man. I can act on prompts, but right now I'm kind of zeroed in on what I immediately need to get done.
Yeah, and from what I've gathered anyway, is that Dragoon largely, it's yours. Like, you're not bound to any sort of editorial or anything. It's all just you. So you can do kind of whatever you want.
I mean, if it were to be, like, if Volume 1 were to be republished by somebody else, they might want it in a different format, which would require refinagling the pages. They might want it to be in color, which is fine, but that will require a colorist, and that means we're returning to the property. And they might want a different page count, which means more content, even though that story has already been paced out for 80. There are hurdles that could be cleared, sure. But my focus right now is just getting book 2 out and moving things forward with the universe and doing things with it. And once there is, a sizable, stable ideas, maybe I can show all that off and pick it up and go somewhere with it.
Yeah. Here's a question from Sillytron. The Delta Trio, Chris, Susie, and Rousey, and the Fortune's Lap Crew. Go.
Susie and Wind together, unsupervised, is trouble.
That's putting it lightly, I think.
Even under supervision, it's trouble.
Yeah.
Problems. Delightful problems, hilarious problems, but problems.
Yes.
And property damage.
That's their team name is Property Damage.
Ralsei and Lissy, entirely too much cuteness in one area.
Yeah,
that might be dangerous.
That's too adorable. I don't know if we can handle that.
Like, they're so sweet, you need to check your blood sugar. It's wholesome. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Foreign is keeping an eye on that Chris kid. They aren't doing anything overtly menacing, but he's just getting a vibe off them.
Something's up with that person.
He's not gonna say anything. He's not gonna do anything necessarily. He's just gonna watch them.
Something's up.
Jobo is the secret boss with the kick-ass music.
Good, as he should be.
You get to round 10, he's like, "Oh, you were being serious. Well, I'm gonna have to try now."
Yes, and then the good part of the song kicks in. Here's one from Soccer Cut. Ian and Kyle are at a festival camp and repeatedly play the April 1st, 2026 episode of BumbleKast on the loudspeakers. How do other people react?
I think a few would be confused initially. Others would recognize it and, they get the joke. They laugh at it. That's the first minute or two.
Yeah.
By minute 5, the joke's worn itself thin. By minute 10, there's questions being asked. By minute 30, our heads are on pikes and the speakers have been destroyed.
Yeah, we are playing it on repeat because I'm like, it wasn't a 30-minute long thing. It was only like 10 minutes, but yeah, it's on repeat. Makes sense.
All I ask is in that scenario, on my headstone, you put this quote. We'll
make sure that's noted. Here's one from Tetsuya the Wise. So, that new Deltarune chapter, what were your thoughts? Probably the most technically impressive yet. And that lake was very pretty, wasn't it? If somebody else already asked about your thoughts on it, and if you haven't gotten to it yet, then I don't know. What are some of your and Kyle's favorite Simpsons bits?
As a matter of fact, I sat down with the Bumble Crew and we talked all about Chapter 5 and got very deep in the weeds of theory crafting and just panicking over what 6 and 7 will bring. That is in the works, so look forward to that coming out on the BumbleKast very soon. In summation, it did not go in the direction I thought it would at all. And I have no idea where this story is going, and that's a lot of fun for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I will find out eventually, probably. I think I've only barely watched somebody play up to chapter 3 so far. I haven't gone beyond that, so I'm probably in for a little bit of a shock when it comes to 4 and 5 eventually, but we'll see. We'll see.
You are in for a ride, sir. But it's we'll get into this in the show itself, the special episode, but like what drives me crazy in a good way is I can see where the narrative is heading logically, and then it doesn't do that, but I don't feel like it's wrong. You know, it's the pieces are set up in such a way that I'm like, this is the conclusion. And it's not, but it's still satisfying. It's doing its own thing, but it's doing it in such a way that I can't plot it out. And to me, it's very satisfying. It's like this story has me on the edge nonstop. Also, the weird route, watched that, super uncomfortable.
Uh-oh.
Don't ever want to. I was kind of maybe thinking just for funsies, do that at some point. No, absolutely not. What in the world? Unsettling. Excellently executed. My God, the sound design on that and the way that your very simple inputs inform how you interact with this media. Exquisitely done. Just did not enjoy it. I did, but I didn't. It's kind of a haunted house scenario. I don't like being scared, but I understand the well-crafted boo.
Yeah. My favorite Simpsons bit is probably the Stonecutter song. It's so catchy. That, of course, you know, I got to mention it. Steamed hams. Aurora Borealis.
A steamed ham reference located in this episode, localized entirely in the answer to this question.
Yeah. Add one to the counter. You may see it, Ian. In fact, you heard it right now. Shocking. Here's a question from Vineclad. What are your thoughts on roster sizes in fighting games? Been looking around a few sites, seeing what people think, but got tired going down the rabbit hole and just want a straight answer. I don't think there is one.
It's honestly one of the reasons why I don't get into serious fighting games is just how vicious the discussion is. Oh, this doesn't have this number of characters in the roster. It's inherently flawed from the start. And it's like, is it though? I mean, it's a fighting game. You need to have like more than 4 from the get-go. You need to have enough that you can play with the mechanics and see what the engine can do. But I think I don't know if there's like a magic number in particular.
Yeah, I mean, like, Street Fighter 2 is one of the best video games ever made, much less one of the best fighting games ever made. And the original version of it only has 8 characters to choose. It's not a huge roster, but it's solid. It's definitely there's plenty to sink your teeth into with that one. And it's 8 characters. It's not a lot, but it's good.
I think that's a solid roster.
Yeah.
You know, you have a couple of examples of your more traditional up close fighters, a couple of examples of more ranged fighters, a couple of gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that the one weird kid's going to use, but nobody else thinks it's tournament legal. 2 more to do something with that I don't really know because I'm not really in the fighting game scene. That's a solid enough start, and then you can iterate from there.
Yeah.
I don't think they need to be. I think the only time a gigantic roster is really considerable is when you have a legacy title and you want to pay homage to the lineage of everything.
Right. I do think King of Fighters massive rosters are fun, but at the same time, there's like so much choice, and I don't know all these characters, and I don't know what their differences are and what they all do, and there's so many of them. It's kind of like, what the heck? But at the same time, it's King of Fighters is a legacy series. It's a crossover fighter of all of SNK's fighting game franchises, basically. So kind of makes sense that the roster would be massive.
Yeah. And Smash Brothers, you know.
Right.
Good God.
That's just a crossover fighter for one company and then a bunch of guest characters now.
Yeah. I don't know. In my largely uninformed opinion, I think a base 8 roster with an unlockable 12 to 16 is a nice, solid number of fighters. After that, I don't know if you can really do a lot different.
Yeah, Soul Calibur had like a good amount, like trying to think, how many was it there? Like 15 or something? Wasn't a huge roster, but there was definitely a lot of variants and a lot of different styles and things to try without being like choice paralysis wise. But I mean, honestly, it can go so many different ways with so many different fighting games. It's like there's no one answer, unfortunately. So, but I'm going to speak to our preferences at least, but that's it.
Now, Soul Calibur, I think you have a case for a smaller roster because the various weapons you could unlock could significantly change the flow of battle and how you do things.
Well, I think each fighter has one weapon that they specialize in. It's not like you can swap weapons between the cast, I don't think.
Well, no, it's not between casts, but like there's variations on the weapons. So,
oh, right. Okay.
If you normally have a moderately fast saber, you get one that deals less damage but attacks faster, or you have one that deals more damage. I'm thinking more like Link specifically, because of course that's what we focused on. Link, starts off with the sword and shield, but you could get the Great Fairy Sword, which was, a full claymore, or the Megaton Hammer, which was basically heavy claymore. But so having that variety, a base concept that you iterate on, I find a little more interesting than necessarily spreading that concept across multiple characters.
Right. And also the ones with the bigger rosters tend to be usually team fighters, so you end up choosing more than just one character, so you have more to play with there. Like more characters means more team combinations that you can try out. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a team-based game, and it has like 50-something characters. It's a huge roster, which, considering the legacy of both Marvel and Capcom, it also kind of makes sense that there would be as many characters as they could possibly stuff in there just to make sure they cover everyone's favorites. And also, good way to build teams of different types. So it makes sense in that instance. But that's just because of the mechanics of the game. So, like I said, I don't think it just really depends.
Well, with Mineclad's question, we've basically
gone
down
same rabbit hole he did. Sorry, Vineclad. Sorry, we're not much help. I don't think there is a straight answer, though. Unfortunately, it really just depends on the mechanics of the game, what kind of game it is, and it's. If it were an easy answer, then every fighting game would have the same amount of characters. But
what you really need to do is just find the game's style that you like the most in terms of combat and visuals.
Yep.
Pick the one character you like and main them and ignore the rest of the roster, eliminating any of the question. How many characters doesn't matter. You got your main.
You got one. Yep. You got yours.
Greet everybody online with low kicks.
Yep. Yep. And our last question for this episode is from none other than Wildcard717. Drogoon legal mumbo jumbo question. Who has the burden of proof in the Court of the Forever King for both civil and criminal cases? I.e., in the U.S., state has the burden to prove guilt and the plaintiff has burden to prove wrong. And what is the legal standard to shift the burden?
Good question, and something I'm still kind of tinkering with as of this recording. Generally thinking that any complaints or grievances against Galaxant itself is overseen directly by the state, and you are considered guilty, and it is generally culturally better accepted to just pay the fine and do the time. If you fight back, if you can find a lawyer that will take your back, and you win, then you have embarrassed the state, which is going to have repercussions for you. And if you lose, then you've wasted the state's time and money, which means the penalty is going to be more severe. For civil stuff or for lower ranked or lower priority cases in other realms, it generally lets whatever the local custom is handle it. So, if there's some grievance between a couple of Enchanti and Enchantiheim, they're going to handle it their way. They don't necessarily have to go through the Galaxant court system. But if you do something that does affect Galaxant itself, the marshals, the rangers, any of the governing lords, then it goes up to the higher court and then you're in trouble. It doesn't matter what you did, really, you're in trouble.
Yeah, the Court of the Forever King, I mean, if the Forever King is the head of the court, then you're probably screwed. It's kind of what he says goes, and yeah.
There's also one of the reasons why it's such a system rife with corruption, because if you can bribe your way out of it, that might be cheaper than whatever the actual penalty would be, or if it would be a more substantial penalty, you can like duck out of the harsher repercussions. And some people do it just because it's going to line their pockets, and other people do it because they know the system is incredibly broken, and this is the simplest way they have to fix it or assuage it.
Yeah. The chat says this sounds like real life. It's like, well, yeah, maybe more sentencing to death, though.
There's some parallels, sure, and there are a number of cases where someone is sentenced to labor or working over here somewhere, and they just never come back.
Yeah.
And that one letter talking about how they've found a better life over here seems oddly out of character, but
A little suspicious.
that's more of a long-term thought.
Yes. They went to a farm up planet.
They're serving Galaxon. That's all you need to worry about.
That's serve. Yes, that's one way to put it. Anyway, that's all we got.
On that uplifting note, once again, remember, if you're listening to this episode as it comes out, we will have the early BumbleKast Live July 11th.
Yep.
That's a Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, and we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
You better be good to yourselves or good to each other. Don't make me turn this episode around.
Oh, he'll do it, too. Won't even stop at McBurger D's.
McBurger D's what? Hello, Mr. Flynn.
Mr. Kraus.
It has been a little bit of time, I think.
It has.
I guess. How long has it been?
A week.
I think since the live show. Because we didn't do it last week.
No.
Because you had the biggest fans were in your house.
Oh, God. It has been that kind of month already that I forgot about that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
God almighty.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gaping hole in the ceiling, but at least it's quiet.
Anyway, the fans inside your house, outside your house. So many fans everywhere.
I mean, now with the heat kicking up high gear, I've got the ceiling fan on high. I've got a second fan blasting on me right now. And we're in the funny position where Lee gets cold very easily.
Right.
And I'm dying. So she's under a heat blanket. I've got two fans hitting me. We're sitting next to each other. It's it's an intricate balance.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
You've been listening to the BumbleKast, a co-production of Bumble King Comics and the KNGI Network. Original theme music composed by Ken Coda Snyder. Remixed intro by T-Lopes. Find out more information, along with podcast feeder links, MP3 downloads, and more at bumbleking.com and kngi.org.
Check, radio check, double dose.
You're back.